Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares his story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or at Instagram at Just Keep Swimming _podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we back at it again with another great episode for you. You already know who's with me. It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mr.
Donovan Jackson,
a.k.a.
Donovan Jackson,
k.k.a.
Donovan Jackson.
I feel it, bro. Nice and generic today.
Yeah. I just feel like being a DJ, representing the Jackson household,
Right. Exactly. Yeah, Jackson Power for life. You know what I'm saying? No Michael. But
hey, but we act like it though because we
smooth criminals. You feel me? Yeah, exactly. You try to run up on me, so I just beat it. No.
If only y'all could see the little hand motion that he did was crazy, bro.
Man, so those been the GIS for me right now. Like you've been seeing the GIS of Blue's Clues with jewelry on with the chain around his neck.
Oh,
and then be like, she tried to give me the blues, but she didn't have a clue I'm a goon or something like that. She didn't have a clue I'm a dog. And I'm like, what? Not Blue's Clues or
They had Fairly Odd Parents. They had Simpsons. They had Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom was the best one. I was just about to say that. She tried to ghost me, but I'm a Phantom. Or she tried to ghost me, so I got a Phantom. I'm like, okay, bars. Like she's like, what'd he say? She's like, he was trying to leave me, but I ain't no simp, son. Yeah. It was like Mark Simpson looking hella sexy. It was funny. Oh my god.
That was crazy.
Yeah, crazy. But Simp, son. Yeah, you get it. And you guys already heard that most familiar voice you guys haven't heard in a while. So bring her back for fifth time? Fourth time?
Fourth.
Yeah, bring her back for the fourth time. We have Miss Shae. Shae, how we doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing good. I like the hair. Yeah, nice and wavy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm over getting sick a little bit, so wavy.
Get her a photo, bro.
Right, exactly. Yes, man. But yeah, Shae, we just want to say thank you so much for coming back. We appreciate you so much. We're not going to try to distract you from your Steelers game.
No. Y'all good.
Yes, man.
I'm going to try to compose myself right now.
Yeah, you'll be good. So I have a pretty cool topic for us today, and I think you'll be a perfect fit for it, Shae. Definitely being that I know you've been going through life like I have. So I feel like this would be a great topic for you. And Dom, I already know you're always great for any topic, so amazing.
Yes, sir.
So for today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about set up to fail. So the reason I kind of brought this topic up is I've always been thinking about the little things in life, like when you go to the grocery store or go to the gas station, you can buy 2 waters for $4, but you can buy 2 beers for $2. And it's like, why is what's bad for you so much easier to access? You know what I'm saying? Like, Why can I go to a fast food restaurant and pay $3 to get a burger, fries, and a drink, but if I want a salad, I gotta pay $10 total? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why is the thing that's good for me bad? Like, why are you guys selling the bad stuff at the cheaper prices? And I just see that with like all type of cases in life. So I kind of just wanted to, discuss some instances where you guys felt that we were set up to fail in life. So I didn't know if anybody has another example of being set up to fail that you guys have experienced besides, I guess, the food example that I just shared.
I would say like financial wise, especially like in high school, we didn't have classes to teach us about finances
At all.
And then as you get older, you learn about these things, and not necessarily is it being taught to you unless you take a class on finances. Other than that, you're going through like trying to figure it out.
Yeah, taking L's and then learning from them, hopefully.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. No, and I agree. I think in high school, all they taught me was we learned how to write a check, which in the year 2000 we shouldn't be writing checks no more. Nobody was writing checks. So they taught you how to write a check and balance a checkbook, but that was it. That was it. They didn't really teach you about credit cards or how all that jazz works.
And for me, since I'm in like the generation before you guys, like we didn't even get that. Like the most we got was in the math class how to calculate interest, but we didn't know what the interest meant or where it came from or how to apply said interest. It was just like, oh, this is a quality, or this is like a topic in math that you should probably know to just apply as you do more scholarly math. And it's like, okay, well, what the fuck does that even mean to me though?
Right. Exactly. No, and I fully agree. So let's just start off with schooling then. Like the ways that school has felt us. I always felt that also, high school didn't really prepare me that well for school. Like it was literally just get in, get good grades, learn and memorize this stuff, and then get out. And listening to Napoleon Hill's Outwitting the Devil, he had a great point in that book where he says that American school is only created to create employees. The school is not created to further us in our education and help us be the best we can be. They're just helping us learn how to be the best employees we can be.
Because you just gotta memorize and perform.
I mean, and that's just a small part. Think about, I have to be here at 7:15. And if I'm not here at 7:15, I'm getting written up. What is that? A job? You don't clock in your time, you're getting rid up.
Yeah.
When you don't move until that bell rings, back in the factories, you remember the Flintstones, they blow that bell and I can get out of here. That's exactly what it felt like in school. You know what I'm saying? You hear that bell ring, I can finally get out this room. Finally time is clocked over. 30 minutes to clock in for lunch. Shoot, in Nevada, they trained us to be ready for the casinos because you weren't allowed to leave school for campus. At the casinos, you ain't allowed to leave the casino property for lunch. You have to sit right there in that property and go to the lunchroom and eat there, whatever food they provide you.
Absolutely.
You had to wear Mojave. We had uniforms. You know what I'm saying? We had 100% uniforms. You can't variate from it. If you break that uniform code, you get written up. So it was like a lot of things that I was like, this sounds like a 9 to 5 to me. Just I don't get paid for it.
So another thing that I kind of want to dive deeper into, because this is where I was going to go with my statement, was they kind of set you up for the job and stuff like that, but it's also they hamper your potential as a human being in general.
What you mean?
There's some uses in terms of memorizing and understanding some concepts, but they never really they never really influenced you to expand on your creativity as an individual. Because a lot of the concepts and technological advancements, or just any advancements in general, come from creativity, but they never really teach you creativity and how to figure out your own strengths and weaknesses and build upon that.
Right.
It's just, they kind of give you this surface level, go ahead and draw this, but that's just an activity rather than, I like what you did there. Let's see where else you can go. Or, I like this part. How about trying this instead? Or what do you think you could do better? Or what new ideas do you think you can come up with? Again, it's just here's what we have. You need to learn this, and then we're going to test you on it, rather than, again, just letting people express themselves in their own unique ways, which I feel just kind of puts us in a weird societal box that we can't really escape from unless you already have the financial means to kind of just succeed in life in general, because now you have the time and the resources to do what you would like to do.
And I honestly feel like it's when you live in like a certain area, that plays a factor into being set up for failure.
Yeah.
Because definitely, like especially in Las Vegas, if you live in one side of Vegas, like say on the east side, a lot of the times, like, or even on the west side, a lot of the times those places don't have the resources that other places have.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you have like people that are involved in the community that bring those resources to that specific community.
Right.
Other than that, like you can see, the areas in Las Vegas where where there's a high rate of homelessness, there's a high rate of low income families. And then in other areas, it's not that.
Right.
So it definitely is like depending on the area you live in. And a lot of the times when you grow up in those situations, it's kind of like you almost have to work 10 times harder to get out of those situations.
Exactly.
100%.
Because if you don't, then you're just repeating the same cycle.
Right, exactly.
And so you have to work harder, but then it's not like you have that many options to work harder in.
Exactly.
Like I was gonna say, example, kind of just in the black community for one of these low income areas and stuff like that. A lot of the black men in that, or the black boys, choose sports to advance themselves in. And I mean, I don't know if you know this, but for example, football, like that shit's a dangerous ass sport. Like the amount of concussions and just injuries you get that end up being long term is kind of ridiculous. But that's how they feel is the only way to get them out of the situation. And there's not many avenues encouraged or given option to explore in general.
Yep. No, and
absolutely.
I agree with both of those because prime example for me, I used to live on the north, right there on Cheyenne and was it Allen or something like that? Simmons. Pretty much Cheyenne and Simmons, yeah. And then I moved over here on Durango and Charleston. And do you know how many farmer markets are over here throughout the week alone? Like, there's a farmer market at this park over here. There's a farmer market in Tivoli Village. There's always a farmer market at, what's that mall? Summerlin Mall?
That's good to know because I've been looking for a farmer's market. They used to have it all the time at Craig Ranch, I want to say on Saturdays morning.
And they got rid of it.
But it's not there anymore.
And nobody even knows why. It just disappears. It just stopped showing up one day. But in Summerlin, that shit is there every single day. Rain, sunshine, snow, whatever. And it's like for me, it was like, why didn't they have this on the north side? Why didn't they have this on the east side? Like, if I want to get some fresh stuff, I have to go to the swap meet and walk miles compared to I go to this little personal farmer's market and grab me some homemade honey or whatever the hell they're selling,
Right.
And I think stuff like that always blew my mind too. Definitely also with the environment. My favorite idea is when I went to Tennessee with my cousins. So we went to Tennessee for... I can't remember who homecoming was. It was somebody's homecoming party or weekend. So we went out there and it blew my mind seeing all those black people with no drama. Like, I was flabbergasted that we partied all night with black people as far as the eye can see and there was no drama, no fighting, nobody out here, that's my man, nothing like that. And it was like I was inside, I was torn. I'm like, shoot, coming from Vegas, we can't have a lot of black people in one area for too long without something popping off, you know what I'm saying? But out here in Tennessee, it's more black people than I haven't seen in my whole life in one spot. And there's not an issue. There's not, the white police are just standing here and they're like, I'm here to stop cars. I'm here to stop traffic. Ain't no violence to worry about. Like, they just so calm and collective.
And they're not even looking for it either.
They're not looking for it because there's nothing to find. But in Vegas, true, you can't have that at all. And I think that sets me up to fail too because it makes me, when I go to other areas, I expect it to be treated like this type of black dude. But out here, shoot, I'm family. I'm brother. Like, there ain't no worries out here for my kind.
Right.
And like that really blew my mind seeing.
Because I think I was just thinking about that recently as well. It's just like, even though with the type of schools that I went to and how diverse it was and like how diverse my friends are just in general, I was kind of starting to notice like the little subliminal things that like I see myself being cautious just because of my skin color and things like that. Just because, hey, I was raised that way. Mind your business. Make sure you don't get in trouble. Make sure you're always, acting correct, being nice, so you don't draw attention or get the wrong type of eyes looked at you and stuff like that. And it's like, well, why did it even have to be like this in the first place? And it's, in a weird way, it's expanded upon now in this day and age, again, with all these social issues and stuff like that. But then it's also like, nobody gives a fuck anymore either. So it's kind of like a weird position to where I'm like cautious, but then I also need to loosen up more because nobody supposedly quote unquote cares.
Exactly. Exactly. I truly agree. And then it's funny. It's funny you said that. So I want to lead to our next question. Actually, So we are talking about environment. What about childhood history? What in your childhood occurred that you feel set you up for failure? That you just now realizing, like, oh man, this is something that probably scarred me longer than I realized it scarred me. So for me personally, it's always been the, I hate to say this, but it's always been, I'm trying to word this the best I can, the always look out for others thing. So I'm a middle child. I have an older brother, an older sister, a younger brother, a younger sister, and a stepbrother that's 1 year older than me. I'm dead middle. Like they're all younger brother, younger sister, same age. Older brother, older sister, 1 year apart. So I'm literally in the middle. And it was always the thought of, I ain't allowed to come back home to my mama's house with some food, and I had no food for my sister. You know what I'm saying? I can't cook no dinner and not make nothing for my brother, because now you're being selfish. Now you're being an a-hole to people. And growing up, I'm like, okay, well, I gotta be more kind, more giving, more loving. But then now it's kind of like going to my therapist. She's like, you need to be more selfish. Like, you're loving, you have a good heart, but you having this good heart is what's keeping you down because you're giving so much that you don't have. So it's like, what do? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, it's good that they raised you up to have a good heart, but at the same time, it's backfiring you now because now you don't understand how to be selfish. And every time you be selfish, you think you're a bad person for being selfish. So that's like something that's like I've been fighting with personally of be selfish with your time, be selfish with your money, be selfish with your words. You know what I'm saying? With everything, be selfish. Like, don't hold it away. They dying for it. Like, give it to them, but shit. If I ain't got to give it or I don't have it to give, don't give it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold back and be like, I don't have the energy to deal with your problems today. Sorry. I need to be selfish with my time because me hearing your problems all the time is draining me. So that's one thing that kind of set me up for failure. The Mr. The yes man, you know what I'm saying? The Mr. Do Right, the superhero, whatever the hell you want to call it. Like, I was trying to play that role, and I felt that's what's really backfired on me. And I'm just now learning, literally over the last few years, to really take that step back and be like, you know what? I love you. Do what you do, but I can't save you every time no more. And I need to be selfish with my energy, my time, my purposes. So,
I mean, even though this originated differently than yours, I also share that same sympathy. And I think the way I kind of got it was just with our family, the way we grew up. And it's like listening to authority and always sacrificing your time and energy to
abide by authority.
I
truly feel that way.
Just because they're older and they said do this, do that, and it's like that stuck with me to the point to where it's like, yo, I'm tired, bro. I don't have that to give. I don't want to go over and help you do this right now. Like, I have my own life going right now. I'm paying bills. I'm doing everything I did everything you asked of me before to get to this point. So I want to live my life on my own terms at this point.
Right, let me breathe.
Yeah. And another thing that I want to say that probably affected me a lot in terms of like self-image and just self-perception is the expansion of social media with how early it was for me. Like, that came out for me, and like the social media age really took off when I was in middle school, like early middle school, when Facebook was happening, and everybody at school was like, oh, let's be Facebook friends, and we was poking each other. We had the Facebook games. We did tiny
my farm.
Yeah, shit like that. And it's like, and then now you got all the posts and people subtweeting and shit like that, and you gotta look on a certain news to stay relevant and shit. And I'm just like, now I'm like, I don't have the mental capacity for that. I can't just sit on this phone. Like, I do it because it's a force of habit, but I really have to be mindful of what the fuck I'm looking at sometimes.
Exactly.
Because it's too much. Yeah. It's too much.
And sometimes you just find yourself like mindlessly scrolling.
Yeah.
Like
don't even know you're doing it.
And going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
And it's
hours.
It's exemplified since I'm going back to school too, because now it's like I'm trying to do this reading and do this assignment, but then I get distracted because I'm used to just picking this shit up and just scroll, and then I'll literally stay on my homepage and do shit like this, and then turn it right back off and be like, okay, let me focus back up and get back to work. Yeah. And I feel like that just drains so much time, and then I'm hard on myself because I keep doing it. It's just like a vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle. Yeah. I love it, man. That's crazy because, like you said, it came out during an age where you were young enough that it became a habit, low key.
Yes.
And now you have to learn how to break it.
And then also push away all the peer pressure of people like sending you messages and shit like that, or you didn't see that, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, I didn't. I kind of just don't
try not to
care. Yeah, I try not to. Yeah, because I just feel drained. Yeah.
A lot of the times, I'll be honest, I can see people send me DMs, and I will look and see that they send me DMs, and I'll be like, I'm not opening that.
Yeah.
And just let it sit there.
Yeah.
I'm not responding to that because sometimes it's like, here we go again. Especially coming from certain people, you're just like, I don't have the time for it, nor the mental capacity to deal with this right now. So just leave it there.
Right.
For me, I would say something that kind of set me up for failure, well, not just necessarily failure, but has had an effect on me, is when I was younger, I was always told that I'm too emotional. I'm so emotional. And I got so used to hearing that all the time that I started masking my emotions and not expressing myself. And a lot of times, like, people will be like, you're not confrontational. It's not the fact that I'm not confrontational or that I'm letting people walk over me. It's just the fact of the matter that you've been told this so many times, like, you're emotional, and if you express yourself, now you're being too emotional. So, like, I just mask it, right? So when I started going to therapy, like, my therapist pointed this out to me. She was like, you're very nonchalant. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, kind of got offensive, like, what do you mean I'm nonchalant? She was like, I noticed, like, every time, like, we'll talk about something, like, you'll get emotional, you'll pat your eyes, and you'll keep going. She was like, I'm not asking you to sit on this couch and just pour out all of your emotions and just cry and boo-hoo.
But you're not pouring out nothing, though.
But you just don't let anything out. And, like, I had to tell her, like, well, I've been told, like, I'm too emotional.
Right.
So, like, I mask my emotions so that you won't sit here and be like, you too emotional.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can say, like, it kind of set me up for failure because now I'm like, I ain't expressing nothing.
Yeah.
No, so, and that's beautiful. That's why I like Shae so much. I feel like she's like my sister, like my other twin that I don't know about, because I'm the same way. So I'm to the point where
I think it's our zodiac sign.
It's our zodiac sign, yeah. So I was been told that I'll never forget this day. This is the funniest day ever. I was crying so much off of everything that Trev did. Shout out T-Smack. He used to razz the hell out of me when we was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, he used to lock me in closets and have me go kill ants, and then right when I kill them, they're gonna come get you in your sleep now. Like, he used to do shit like that. Trev was the coolest big brother ever.
That's terrible.
He ain't never let me win in nothing or nothing like that. So one day I was just like calling my mom, mom, he that. My mom got to the point, she said, stop calling me by my name. Call me Demita. Call me by my first name. I'm tired of hearing mom. Because I was calling mom so much. And it got to the point where it was like, yo, stop crying. Just suck it up. Suck it. And I think I carried that on too far. Because now, and definitely how you said with the authority, like, both you guys blend, because I'm the blend of both. I don't speak my mind like I should. And then if I do speak my mind, I'm damn near about to blow up because I held it on for so long.
Absolutely.
And it just falls out. And it's like, I'm in tears because I'm so heated. And I'm going back, I'm backtracking 20 months now. You know what I'm saying? Bringing up old shit that pissed me off so long ago that I never brought up. And it's like, I'm literally learning to deal with that now of, you know what, let me let it out right now. Like, I don't know how to say this, but I need to say it because if I hold on to this, it's going to drive me crazy. So that's why I've been practicing.
Definitely agree.
And I was, because of my like personal experiences, because I definitely vibe with that, with both of what you guys said. But it's like, now for me, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I feel like I have a good control over my emotions because I'm able, if at a certain point I'm able to express them to the full extent without making it explosive and like damaging for both parties. But then I feel like because I have a good control over that, people prod me to explode. And then when I finally do and ask, and like bring them what they asked for,
They don't want it.
They don't want it, and so they reject me or they gaslight me for it. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm just telling you how the fuck I feel because you told me that's what you want to hear. But now when I tell you and I give examples for it, now you're mad about it, and then you give me some bullshit kind of answer and make me feel some type of way like I'm crazy. So it's like, okay, well, do I mask it or do I control it or do I express it? And then it's just like I just
You freeze.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know, get the fuck away from me. I don't want to be around you right now. I don't want to be around anybody. Like, get away, and then now you self-isolate.
Literally.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's wild. So like you said, me personally, I think the podcast has helped out with that a lot.
100%.
Helping me speak up more and saying what I need to say and finding the correct words to say what I need to say. Like this morning at work, it was to the point where I wanted to talk so bad, I just started laughing, and I literally like was in tears. Like if my boss could have seen me, like I was laughing in his face. Like I was laughing at him so hard because of what he was saying, and it's like, bro, how you gonna want me to do something, but when I ask for an example, you can't give me an example. So how do you expect me to do it? And I'm saying laughing at you, like, but it's like, you know how long it took me to be able to say the words like that, to say, well, I understand what you want me to do. Can you show me examples so I can see how to do it? Compared to, how do you want me to do something? You can't do it. So you trying to waste my time. And I always say that. I'm like, man, if I was my mama, my daddy, I would probably went off. But I'm proud of myself because I learned how to control myself, use my words, say it in a monotone, and just move on if it's not even a big issue. Or shoot, it's even worth it.
Right.
And that's one thing too. I always found that I fought for things that weren't worth it. And the things were worth it, I should have fought for, I didn't. So it was like, okay, I had to start learning how to pick my battles, you know what I'm saying?
Not everything deserves a reaction.
Not everything deserves a reaction, you know what I'm saying? Some things you really just need to laugh at, you know?
That happened to me earlier too, because, what was it? So about 2 weeks ago, one of my coworkers, she lost her keys, but it actually like fell underneath the desk in the back. And we were just looking for them and we found them, blah, blah, blah. That was the one instance within the past like month and a half, 2 months that somebody like lost their keys. So what was it? Is yesterday? Yesterday, my senior in my position, she went out and was like, "Oh, whose keys is this?" Blah blah blah. And it's like checked around. And was like, "Oh, it's my other coworker." And then my manager, my manager's just kind of popped off a little bit for no reason. She was like, "Yo, you guys need to really get it together. Like, you guys are losing keys too much, blah, blah, blah." And I'm just sitting there like, I kind of broke my neck and I just started laughing because I'm like, when was the last time somebody lost their keys like that? Like, and then why are you snapping as hard as you are right now for no reason? Like, we found them. It wasn't like outside the building. It's not like we lost them. Like, I understand it's serious because we work at a bank.
Right.
But like, you know, it's not that often, and then you're kind of flying off the rails, and then you're telling me to stop laughing when I feel like I'm being targeted slightly. But it's just like, what do you want me to do?
It's
do you
funny
want me to
yeah.
flip the fuck out like you? Because that's not going to do anything.
Right. Do you want me to be
no.
mad like you? Do
It's
you
just
want
gonna
me?
add fuel to the fire.
Yeah. So it's like, well, we found him. The job was done. Unfortunately, if it happens, it happens. Too fucking bad. And that was another thing I need to start getting better at. Is like, stop being so self-defeating when a mistake happens.
Yes.
Like, shit happens. We're human. So don't target people so bad for making a mistake.
Right.
You know, like, I messed up on not getting the signature. Oh, that fucking sucks. If an audit finds that, then whoop-de-doo. If I get fired for that, okay, well. If I get written up for that, oh well. shit happens.
It's not that big of a deal.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's exactly the situation I had today. He was trying to show something, and then he started to get sarcastic. Well, you can check this sheet, or you can check this sheet, or you can check this sheet. And I'm like, okay, let me see though. Cause my thing is even though you're talking, you think I'm not listening, I'm in the background doing everything you're asking me to do right now, and I can't find the answer. So if I can't find the answer, I'm gonna ask you right now while we're meeting. And I'm like, show me, because I can't find it. You know what I'm saying? And then he started trying to get sarcastic. And right when he started sarcastic, I just bust out laughing. I'm like, you're getting frustrated, aren't you? Like, you're getting frustrated, aren't you? This is funny, because you're getting frustrated off of something that yesterday wasn't a deal at all. Everything was going smooth, and all of a sudden today is a big deal. Yeah. Out of nowhere, you're getting frustrated off of something that you're making a big deal. Your fault. You know, don't be mad at me because I'm not frustrated with you because I want to get this work done that bad. I have other stuff to do. Yeah. Like,
pretty sure that made him uncomfortable. Like, you pointing out the fact, like, you're getting frustrated, aren't you?
Man, to the point, like, yeah, and it was to the point, like, and I try to be an asshole. I've been doing good, but it's like, so it's like, you know, well, the banks don't do that. It's the bank. I worked for the bank for like 2 years, and they do that. They do it all the time. They used to do it point cloud. Like, I'm that calm. Like, they do it. And then it's like, but then, you know, and that's me. I think I'm learning too. I'm learning I'm a catalyst. So once I start something, a lot of people, they find that, oh, I can jump on this fire now. Mm-hmm. So they'll jump in. So right when I did that, my other bosses jumped in, the other girl jumped in, and everybody's pretty much telling you, I'm like, yo, what you're asking for is unreasonable. If you want us to get work done, we can't do this. This is time consuming. This is headacheish. Like, we can't do this. And then he just, all right, you guys, well, this call ain't going nowhere. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And hung up the call. And I'm like, bet. Have a good day, sir. I'm gonna go wash my clothes now. Yeah, I'm working from home at the end of the day, so I'm gonna go get my dishes done because I'm not about to stress you. You ain't about to stress me, bro. Not no job. But cool. But then perfect. You led me to my next segment, of course. So now the third question is what is something that you've done to set yourself up for failure?
Oh, I can definitely say get in my own way. Like, definitely being in my own way. In my head.
So do me a favor, explain what getting your own way is. I was curious what people think about that term.
I would definitely say, like, talking yourself out of something. Like, if you want to do something and then you get in your own way, like, nah, I don't think I can do that. And then talk yourself, like, out of it. Or either, like, it could be a situation and you just, like, going back and forth in your head. Like, literally being in your own way of progressing.
Right.
Getting to the next step.
Right.
So and ultimately it's just you. Standing in the way. There's no other obstacles. Nothing else stopping you from doing anything. It's just you.
Yeah. I love it. No, and I think that right there that's one thing everybody does, get in their own way. Yeah. So yeah.
Like, mentally, that it'll fuck you up. Fuck you bad.
So do you got an example of getting in your own way that you like to share?
Oh, I can definitely say, especially like, cause you know I is on my fitness journey, and I had actually went through a whole training to be a spin instructor.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I went through the training to do a spin instructor and everything. So after the training, you have to submit these videos to show, like, you know how to actually engage a class. And that you know how to, you know, ride the bike, you know how...
You can talk and everything.
Yes, right? So, what happened? I ended up recording my video and I never submitted it.
Oh, man.
Literally, everything.
What's the thought process?
Recorded it and everything, like, I can't do this.
Why?
I was in my way.
Yeah. I guess I'm
like, mentally, I'm thinking, like, I can't do this. Like, I cannot do this. Recorded the video and everything, was ready to submit it and everything. Had everything I needed. Just never submitted it.
Was it doubt?
Absolutely. Yeah. Self-doubt.
Self-doubt, yeah.
And getting in my way, like, there's something else you can do.
Mm-hmm.
That was my thought, like, maybe this ain't for me. Maybe there's something else I can do. And I just never went through with it.
Understandable. Have you ever submitted the tape yet? No, not yet.
Oh no, I would have to do the training.
Oh, you got to start over again. Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I truly understand that, though. I feel everybody gets in their own way for sure.
Because I think that's probably one of my biggest offenders that I'm kind of working on currently. Is just like, stop with the self-doubt. Like, just, like, don't be haphazard, but like, when you get in that mode, just fucking go ahead and do it. Just to get it over with. Because it holds yourself back a lot from a lot of opportunities that you can get. But I also kind of have like a loss of balance with that, in the sense that I'll either have self-doubt or I'll overload myself by being too confident with what I can handle. Like, and currently I'm overwhelmed with a lot of shit. Like a podcast, I'm trying to get back into music. I haven't been to the gym in a minute, but I want to go to the gym. I'm, being active in church and, being a part of the committee there. What else? Oh yeah, because I'm doing school again, just trying to stay on top of that work and
still
trying to focus. You still got a 9 to 5, trying to find self-care, trying to be a little bit more social and like be a little bit more family oriented by hanging around my family and talking and shit like that. And damn, that's damn near 2 hands worth of shit.
It's a lot.
And I'm like, okay, well, what do I get rid of? Because I do value all of this shit a lot, and I'm kind of stuck and torn. And also I realize that some of the stuff I still want to do is probably not feasible at the moment. And that's a hard kind of realization to like come to terms with, especially when, even though hustle culture is like a big thing nowadays, it's not good, but then you also feel bad like you're not doing enough.
Exactly.
Because you need to figure out rest or eliminate some of your obligations that you want to attend, and it's a lot.
Yes. Yeah. No, and I truly understand that, the idea of, like you said, trying to be everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm trying to be a student, podcaster, engineer, bank director, brother, uncle, son. Like, there's a lot attached to where, you know what I'm saying, you really have to learn to balance it out and understand what can push back, what can wait right now. You know what I'm saying? What can't wait, So I think, and that right there kind of leads me into Minds. So Minds, I believe, is, I want to say it is instant gratification. So my problem is I want stuff right now. I'm too impatient. Like, there's a lot of things in life. Like, for example, I keep being told to be a life coach. You know what I'm saying? Multiple aspects of ways to be a life coach. I already started the class, but I'm sitting here like, man, I still got 15 more lessons to go through. This is an hour-long video, and then who knows how I'm gonna get customers, and that's self-doubt and all this shit. And it's like, I wish I had some customers right now so I can start making this money right now. Yeah. So it's like I'm upset at myself for not having all the ideas together that I wish I could have. And then me being upset at myself, just like I said, makes me lock up and freeze. And it's like, you know what, I'm also not do nothing, man.
Because you're not progressing as fast as you want.
As fast as I want to be, exactly. So like, I'm not gonna lie, right now, this podcast is the most patient I've been with probably, besides graduating college. You know what I'm saying? This is probably the most patient I've been with anything, because real talk, I haven't, this is my first time being with a job for this long. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, usually after a year, if I don't get that raise at that year mark, application on application, I'm putting them in because I'm getting out of here now. Shae, this is my first time, I'm 33 now, so at 30, when I started working this job, 31. So when I started working this job, this is the first time in my whole life that I've been at the same position, at the same pay rate for more than 2 years. I've never been, if I'm at the same position, I get a raise. If I don't get that raise, I'm moving on. I never had a job for more than a year. Like, I've been places, but that's because they gave me a raise. But if it wasn't no raise, I'm gone, buddy. Like, peace, deuces, I'm out of here. I need more.
So what made you stay at this one?
One, I can't find another job. No. Well, so now I'm at this phase in life now of, what do I truly want? I'm starting to understand that. So I guess part 2 of mine is keeping up with the Joneses, comparison. So I'm comparing myself to all these other people, you know what I'm saying?
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes. The thief, you know what I'm saying? And right now, on the flip side, I have you know, my two best friends with wife, kids, family, you know, starting the whole family and stuff like that. And it's like, on my side, I'm like, damn, why ain't I got that yet? Why ain't I doing that yet? Why ain't I'm that far? Well, you know, he working for the Metro. Maybe I need to go work for the cop police and shit like that, or I need to be a manager somewhere or something like that. But then it's like, that doesn't fulfill me though. And like, I really had to, recently when I turned down those 2 jobs, you know what I'm saying? I had 2 jobs that both about to pay me more. But I'm like, I would love to work these jobs. I would love the money I could possibly make. But I had to get to the point of like, but what makes me happy though? Or do I have to take away the podcast? Cause that makes me happy. Do I take away coaching the kids? Cause that makes me happy. Yeah. Do I have to take away trivia too? Like, that makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did not pay me a lot of money, but the opportunities they give me and just the fun and how I feel afterwards, I know I wouldn't have felt that working at a casino from 12 to 12, doing audits in the back office.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Having to fire Janice and hire Clint. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. Like, it sounds fun, but I need something. And that's why I kind of got to the point of like, man, I low-key need something brainless so I can just move my hands and get something done. Because I have too much stuff going on in my mind on the other side, you know. I'd rather do something where I can just type, listen to a book as I'm typing, and you know, yeah, of course I gotta think. You always gotta think, but I don't need to break my mind and blow a fuse trying to figure out the situation, trying to figure out how to create an audit. Right. Nah, fuck that. Give me the audit, and I'll make it work. You know, but that's something I had to finally come to what's the word?
Agreements with.
There we go. Yeah. So I had to come to agreements with it, and it's like, you know what? I know I want that, but let me not rush into a job. Let me wait for the job that's going to align with what I want, you know? So let me find the job that's going to give me Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, but a pay raise, you know what I'm saying? Let me find that. And I know it's out there, so I'm like, I'm just going to keep searching for it, but I was thinking like, I have to go back to the casinos because that's all I know. That's the only where I make money at. No, I don't have to go back to casinos because that gives up holidays, that gives up family time, that gives up weekends. I don't want to have another Wednesday, Thursday off. Like, that was the most weirdest off days ever. Going to work on Friday, who does that? That's their Monday. That sucks. You know? So yeah, that was just a lot of things with me in comparison, trying to keep up because it's like, oh, if I want to get a family, I need to make way more money. Yeah. And I was like, no, I don't need to. I just have to wait for the time to be right for me.
And a couple things that you kind of spoke on, which I definitely fall in with, is you know, noticing like some of my other peers and things like that, especially going back to social media. And I was watching this video earlier, and it was like this dude was just talking about like, you know, his walk with God, and what he was kind of being told is like, stop watching people's stories and stuff like that, which kind of align with me just stepping a step back from social media for a minute now. But every time you look, you're just comparing yourself. Oh, am I having that much fun? Am I enjoying this and things like that?
Exactly.
And like, especially in the position that I'm in now, like logically, I know I'm trying to set up my future with going back to school and maintaining this job, because this is probably the first job I've stayed this long and am willing to stay that long, even though I may not be the happiest at the moment, but like, I'm able to get this done. I have Monday through Friday, it's a federal job. I have most holidays off and things like that. And I can actually accrue, you know, reasonable, quote unquote, reasonable PTO. But it's like, yeah, I want to get to that master's and get my therapy license like now, but yo, take time. There's no rush. I want a family, at least with, you know, like a wife. I don't know if I want kids yet, but I can't rush that relationship process. And honestly, I need to get the thought out of my head that I need to be doing this in order to be worthy of getting that. Right. I should be worthy of everything at any given moment. And I shouldn't be forcing or rushing anything.
Exactly. And that's literally what I tell myself. So I've been looking to this book called The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And he shared an amazing mantra, affirmation, what you want to call it. So it's, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. It is my right to be rich, happy, and successful. Money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. I am forever conscious of my true self-worth. I give of my talents freely, and I am wonderfully blessed financially. It feels wonderful. And every time I try to say that, I try to feel it, you know, and it's real, it's there. Like, I give my talents freely. I give my free knowledge or whatever the hell I'm offering right here with this podcast. And I am blessed financially, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I had to lose a car, but shit, I got a big paycheck, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I didn't expect that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do have a job still that they didn't want me at first. They didn't want me to go to the new company, and then they're like, nah, we need this man. If this man don't go, we can't come. And it's like, okay, well, let's bring this man on because we need this man to be here, you know? I get opportunities, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, the money's there. I'm stressing because I want more. But then I think BC made a post the other day. He said, damn what he said. He said, you have the right to what's yours, but you don't have the right to what's not yours.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we out here trying to get money that's not made for us. That's not for us because we just want it. And it's like, no, that's not your right. And that's why people crash and they fall and all that shit, because it's like, yeah, you got the money, but you earned it in a sleazy way. That wasn't your right to get that money that way. So yeah, we send you to jail, unfortunately, or whatever the case may be.
And that's with anything, whether it comes to relationships,
anything,
money, job, opportunity, anything. Like if you're forcing yourself unreasonably, because you definitely have to put a fire under your ass to actually go after the opportunities, and that's where that balance comes in. But when you're over stressing yourself to get what you need, then that's where it's like everything falls apart because you didn't deserve that yet. Like, God didn't hand you that blessing yet. That blessing was never yours.
Right.
It wasn't made for you. You know, you weren't ready for it. Yeah. No, and that's how I feel about the podcast today. You know, Shae, how many times I text you last few days? You gonna be here Thursday? You gonna be here Thursday? You gonna be Thursday? You know what I'm saying? I was blowing her up, and it's like, I didn't need to blow her up like that. I should have trusted her that once she confirmed that I'm good for Thursday, she's good for Thursday, she'll be here.
No, but I mean, I appreciate you following up just to make sure. I mean, it's just I think that's just like a business mindset for you.
Right.
Like, okay, just need to confirm. Right. And I even found myself I went and had tea with a friend that I've known since elementary school. And he texted me last week, you want to come over for tea on Thursday? And yesterday I found myself thinking oh shoot, let me text him and confirm. We're still having tea tomorrow.
Right.
So when you text me that, I'm like, I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be there.
But then on the flip side though, I felt like I'm bugging because Donovan know I'll do it a few times to him. Yeah. Bro, you gonna be here Thursday? You gonna be here tonight? Bruh, I'm on the same schedule as you are right now. I know the show's on Thursday. Stop asking me about it.
Because I was like, and my thing was like, and I get why you're doing it, but also let's just come to the fact that it's like, yo, it's my show too.
Yeah, you don't have to press me.
Yeah, you don't gotta press Donovan.
But then same thing, Triv. So let's talk about comparison, right? I'm gonna keep it 100 now. We wore the Koski outfit for our uniform, or our first show. Yeah, our costume. I'm so mad I haven't posted the video with Fernando, the pictures of Fernando, or the videos, because now everybody's posting a Halloween costume. I seen hella people with a Koski costume. Yeah. And I'm sitting here like, motherfuckers, where's my photos so I can post us in it, because we look cold in it. Yeah. And I'm like, everybody's doing it first now, so now we're going to look like copycats. And I was low-key upset in my mind, these niggas copied us. But at the same time, it's like, why am I tripping off a video right now? It comes out when it comes out. I post it when it posted. It'll be on YouTube when it's on YouTube. No, don't rush it. Let the master clean it up. Or the show. Yeah. You saw the show, and I'm making sure everything's lined up in order. The A, B, C. And I'm like, Adrian, you got to take a step back, bro, and let the people work. Let the workers work. I can't make Triv do this shit and he's a master at this for a reason. Let the master what he does. You know what I'm saying?
That's that instant gratification.
The instant gratification. I want to know everything's going right. I want to know everything's going to be the way it's going to be. I want to know that if you say you're going to be here at 6, you're going to be here at 6. And it's like, no, I got to learn to step back.
People you want it done now.
I want it done now. And that's me. I'm a prime example of ask somebody to do it. Y'all do it. I'll do it right now. Fuck it. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. I got it. I'm already on it. And it's like, that's me. So that's I need to learn to. And that's something my dad put in me. Nobody gonna do it for you. Do it now.
Exactly.
Get it out the way. Knock it out.
And while that's one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best blessings from dad in general, but then it's again, it comes to a balance.
It comes to a balance.
It's like, yo, you gotta, and that's something where I noticed too, not to put you out there like that, Dad, but and then it comes from granddaddy as well.
Same thing.
They don't trust people.
Yeah, they want to do it right now. They want it done right now, and they want it done right.
That's exactly how it is.
And they don't trust other people to get it right, even though they ask somebody and train them to do it right, but they don't let us do it right.
That's exactly how I am.
Yeah.
That's how you are, right? There you go.
I am because I will ask somebody to do something and I'll be like, you know what? Nope, never mind. I'll do it.
Yeah.
Because I'll be feeling like if I don't do it, it ain't gonna get done right, and then I'm gonna have to come back and do it anyway. So I might as well just do it right the first time.
Exactly. No, exactly. Because, like I said, that's the Aries in us. Like, something about the horn, the bull, we up front. Like, we have to do. Like, my coworker the other day, she asked me, oh, how do I send this email? And I'm over here, like, walking her through, okay, if I was y'all, do this. You know what? Fuck it. And I forwarded her my original email, and I said, just copy everything I did, just change the numbers up to match your numbers you want to put. But it's already done. Here you go. Just copy this, and I promise you they're going to answer the way you want to. But I'm like, I should have let her wrote out the email so she could truly learn of what the words need to be that you need to share and why I use these words. You know what I'm saying? What vault is it going to? What's the bag number? And when was it delivered? I need to know where, when, how much, or under what number.
But I mean, it still can be a learning process for her too, because you sent her your email, so she can use that as an example moving forward.
And that's what I'm hoping she do. But a lot of niggas just copy and paste.
Yeah,
literally. But still, like, eventually they gonna have to read
what
to
they
know
copy and
what's
paste
in the body.
Yeah, you're right on that one. I feel it.
Especially coming from like high school, and that's kind of something I have to kind of unteach myself, because we used to copy like a motherfucker back in high school. Like, it was ridiculous, but like that kind of inhibited my ability to pay attention to detail. So because now I'm just taking and pasting rather than like reading through, and then also figuring it out for myself. So I think that's what's gratifying about this kind of this slow, patient process for doing school again, because now I'm able to let me set aside time to at least do some. Like, this is the goal. May I finish it? May I not finish it? I don't know. I won't be too hard on myself, but let me get some of this started and not like copy. This is only me. Let me actually do the assignment the way it's supposed to be taught, because this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a good therapist. I'm putting people's life on the line because I'm passionate about it. But like, I need to be proficient and confident within my own skills to be able to provide that. And I can't do that from taking ideas from other people.
And you need to have integrity as a therapist.
Yeah, there's that integrity. Integrity goes far.
Absolutely.
We have 50.
Perfect. So, damn, Dom, you just like, I feel like you knew the question I was gonna write down. So that leaves my last question for the night then. If you've seen somebody else setting themselves up for failure, how do you let somebody know they're setting themselves up for failure? Just curious. Because I was just thinking about, you said therapist. So I'm like, well, that's a therapist's job to let them know that you're burning yourself out, Donovan, you need to take a break.
And, okay, so like, and this one's touchy, and this is something that I've been thinking about, because I'm like, okay, how do I get past this thing when I actually do become a therapist? Because like, they're paying me, but then it's like, okay, who am I to tell them what to do? And I'm not even necessarily supposed to be telling them what to do. I'm supposed to help them process and guide them. Not tell them what to do, but guide them. And I feel like the best way is like, sometimes you have to let people fall on their face. You can tell them, you can point out the potential consequences, because life is life, anything can happen, but here's something I foresee could be happening because of the situations that you provided me. You can go this route, this route. The choice is up to you. I'll be there unconditionally loving you to help you through it, whatever you choose, but understand that like, hey, if you're stressed out and overwhelmed, like, hey, maybe you need to take some shit off of your plate. Maybe you need to not go out there. Maybe you need to go do that thing that you've been holding back on to get where you want to go, because it's causing you, not to have peace in your life. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's all up to you. Let me ask you this: well, why do you even want to do this in the first place? Let me point it to. Let me find out their true motives and understand if they're able to. Let them understand if they're even able to. Allow me to understand if they're able to even pick up on the advice that I'm willing to give. Because again, another reason why I became a therapist, as a joke, I was tired of doing that shit for free, and because I give a lot of advice to my friends and then they just don't take it, and then they just complain, and it kind of does the same thing over and over. And I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of that shit either, but it's like at a certain point, it's like hey, you're gonna do what you want to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're gonna do what you want to do.
But then too, plot twist, people value what they pay for.
Yeah.
So if they know they're paying you now for your advice, they're gonna take that more serious than the free.
Yeah.
You would assume.
You assume.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like, that's where I need to have more self-confidence and faith and unwaveredness and integrity within myself to be able to protect myself in those situations. I told you this, and this is my job. Like, yeah, you're paying me to do this, but I can't control your life.
Right.
That's not my job. That's your job. I'm here to guide you, and I apologize if I've missed some opportunities, but I did the best I can, just like the best you're doing.
Right.
So you can't necessarily get mad at me when I've done everything in my job description to, you know, keep the company safe, keep myself safe, and keep yourself safe. But I mean, everything past that is up to you.
It's up to you to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
No, I love that, bro. And like you said, the best you can do sometimes is offer that advice and make them aware.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Offer awareness. That's the
Offer
perfect way to put it.
Yes,
Offer
absolutely.
awareness.
Yeah. What about you, Shae? If you ain't take all what you gonna say.
No. He didn't. I'm pretty sure the question was, how do you...
If you see somebody else setting themselves up for failure, how do you make them aware or let them know that they're setting themselves up for failure?
I think I would just bring it to their attention because, like Donovan said, like, people, adults are gonna make their decisions regardless of what you tell them, how you put it in a perspective for them. Ultimately, they are going to do what they want to do.
Right.
You can offer your advice and you can say, like, hey, I think you should probably do this instead of this. Like, I have this friend, my best friend, love her to death, love her to death. But I always have to tell her, like I said earlier, friend, every action does not deserve a reaction. And a lot of the times when I talk to her and tell her, like, friend, I don't think you should probably do it that way. You should probably do it this way.
Yeah.
And once she's in her head and in her mode, she don't want to hear nothing I gotta say.
Right.
And she's like, I don't care what you say. But then a few days later, she comes back and she's like,
Right.
okay, friend, you were right. Like, I had to sit and think about it, but you were right. Like, I had to look at things from a different point of view and a different perspective for me to see it a different way. And she was like, and I probably just shouldn't react on emotions.
Right.
I mean, we all do it at times, but you have to have, I feel like everybody should have a friend in life that calls them out on their shit, that holds them accountable, and that could put things into a different perspective for you to look at things other than the way that you're looking at it. Because a lot of times we look at things how we want to see them and not actually for what they are.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. No, that's beautiful right there. And I was going to say, I love both of you guys' advice. I think I do both of those. Giving them, like you said, giving them my perspective of what they're doing and let them know that, hey, you should probably not go that move. You know what I'm saying? But then also, like you said, make them aware of what they're doing. And I think I have the perfect example from the football field the other day. So I had this one kid. He's amazing. He's a great kid. He knows how to play. He's the best kid on their team. But his problem is y'all both football. Every time he runs a 5 and out, he runs the 5, and once he gets to the he stops. And it's like, bro, I need you to run. And I had to literally, like, when it was a timeout, I had to pull him to the side, like, bro, you need to run the full out. Like, you're stopping and it's curling. So watch me. So the first thing was, watch me run what you do, and you be the defender and guard me. I'm gonna run your same route. Where are you at right now? I'm right behind you. Right. So where's the defender at when you run the same route? They're right behind me, and you wonder why they keep knocking the ball at your hand. You need to run the full route and go. Because when you run out this few steps, and then I'll show them the example, where are you at now? I'm trying to catch up. You're trying to catch up. You're too late now. I got the ball. I'm up the field, and I'm gone. So that's like, you know, I'm going to show you your example of how it could possibly work. But then I think also another thing, too, is me personally, I talk in metaphors. I don't know why I talk in metaphors sometimes, but sometimes me talking in metaphors help people understand. Because when you take their situation and you move into a different situation, you know what I'm saying, it makes it work.
but it also provides them the chance to, if they actually want to fucking learn, then they'll figure out the metaphor.
They'll understand
absolutely.
the metaphor. They'll see what the metaphor is and be like, okay, I understand the metaphor, and you're right, it does apply in this situation too.
Quick side note, and that's why Jesus is the GOAT, bro. Because when I'm reading the Bible and he be saying these parables, and I'm like, bro, what are you saying? But like, just the reaction of how he's answering like the questions and stuff like that, I'm like, bro, you have to put it in a parable, because otherwise, like, people are just gonna take what isn't theirs. They didn't deserve that. They didn't work for that. They didn't want it bad enough to really take in the lesson that you're trying to teach them.
Absolutely.
Right, exactly.
You really like, and that's where I feel like when you let people fall on their face, that's when they truly learn. And that's another part of like truly loving them as a friend. Yeah, you can offer them advice, and that's what you're supposed to do there as a friend, but you can't spoon feed them.
Right.
Yes.
Can't handhold.
Yeah.
Can't handle. And that's another thing I do too. At the end of the day, sometimes I give it to them, but I'm like, man, go burn your hand. I know you about to go do it, so I'll let you go burn your hand first and come back, and then we'll discuss how to cook properly.
Yeah.
But until then, keep burning your hand until you feel confident enough to say, bro, I need some help. You know what I'm saying? Or I need to whatever. And I'll try to bring it up a little bit. I'll try to touch on it, you know? Like, I'll try to make it seem like it's about me. You know what my problem is? My problem is this. Do you relate to that? But like I said, a lot of times people don't want to admit that.
Right.
You know, so it's like you have to wait for them to come and have that awareness. That's the first step, is awareness for everything. Have the awareness that I think I'm doing something wrong and I need to figure out what it is. Okay, well, if you're willing to accept my advice, I can share this with you. And that's one thing I've been practicing too. I've been 100% practicing the statement, can I speak how I truly feel? You know what I'm saying? And you not get offensive, because if you come out to say it, a lot of times it's not gonna work. But if you ask somebody, can I literally say how I feel? Like, can I truly say how I feel? Because if I can't, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, everything's peachy gourd, then fuck it.
Yeah.
But if you really want me to hear what I say, I'm gonna ask your permissions, because I could hurt your feelings right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm about to say. So that's something that I've been trying to practice too. Of do I even have the room in your heart for me to come in and say something right here? Like, do you even have the mindset for me to share this? If not, then there's no point in me sharing it. I'll hold it until next time. But if you, yeah, bro, I want to hear your advice. Okay, then I'm gonna share it truly. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. But if you say no to that question, yeah, no, everything good, bro. You might as well go on with your day then, because what I have to say, you're not gonna want to hear.
And you know what's funny, to kind of tie this back into like the overarching topic, everything that we've been kind of speaking on about now is like, it's weird how, I'm gonna just say, like, America's probably like the biggest offender, but like the world just kind of views that as being weak. As you can't stand up for yourself, or you're not the person to actually lead the company or lead the country or something, because, oh, if you aren't just gonna blindly say whatever the fuck you want to stand your point, then, you know, you have nothing of value. And it's like, well, no, I'm taking into your account, I'm acknowledging that you're a whole separate individual and you don't have to listen to what the fuck I have to say, but like the bare minimum I'm asking is just listen, and that's kind of just viewed as weak because you're not being like
assertive,
yeah. But not saying that you shouldn't be assertive, but the definition is so skewed nowadays that like you're just kind of set up for failure for feeling what you're doing is right but being told it's wrong. And you're not being able to be your full authentic self, and that can in turn not allow you to let somebody else be as authentic as they should be.
Right.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, and that, like I said, that's the twisted part of the world, because I was listening to this book the other day, actually. I want to say it was, I can't remember the book name, I'm not gonna lie, but the story I remember. So the story was talk about pilots, and there was this dude, he was like, they're like Indian pilots, and they were flying from India to New York, and they were running out of gas, or there was something wrong with the plane. But the pilots were so respectful and kind that they never jumped on the microphone and said, I cannot keep flying in circles, I'm running out of gas, we need to land now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were so peaceful and, you know, respectful for all the orders and stuff, that never spoke up and said how they want to say. And, you know, the people in America, New York, they're like, well, that's their fault. They should have spoken and said they was out of gas. But the people in New York aren't understanding that you're talking to somebody from a different culture, and you can't come off that assertive, because you come off that assertive, you make these people feel like you're irritating them, and you know what I'm saying, they'd rather sit there and be quiet and not make nobody mad and literally let the pain crash than to come out and break what their culture has taught them to be this, that, and the third.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's like the hard part about America. We're taught to speak your mind, say what you want to say right now, but don't say too much. But say it all, but don't say too much. You say too much when you
And then watch how you say it.
watch how you say it, yeah.
And watch how it fits my narrative.
Watch how it fits, and then at the same time, shit, I hate to say it, what color is your skin? Can you say that? Because if you a little too dark, you can't talk that powerful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And in the same regard, like if you're in the wrong area and your color is a little too light, then you ain't
say that.
welcome. Yeah. It's like, bro, there's no safe space.
There's no safe space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we all walk around on eggshells all the time, because we don't know how to act. Because you don't know, you might, tell this person, hey, we don't have no more chicken nuggets, and she gonna call the cops on you.
Right.
And then you can tell this person to fuck off, and they're going to be your best friend. So it's like, it's crazy.
What?
It's crazy. Confusing world, man. Confusing world. But yeah, you guys, I just want to thank you guys so much for joining us. And as you already know, we're going to end with 2 more questions. So the last question, when it comes to, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. When it comes to setting yourself up for failure, the world setting you up for failures, or any failures you feel you were set up for, how are you still swimming through those to get over those failures, if that makes sense? Or over those setups. I don't know how to, over those booby traps. I don't know how to say that.
I think for me, it's not ever wanting to be complacent. Like not ever wanting to be in the same place, the same space, mentally, physically, emotionally that I was in shoots the day before. Like not even a year ago, it can be yesterday. Like every day working to be better, a better person in all aspects.
Right. I love it. Beautiful. What about you, bro?
I was gonna say more so. How do I phrase this? Knowing that I was kind of set up for failure doesn't mean that the things that I have learned isn't a bad thing. And knowing that I can take bets of both worlds as long as I learn the other side, and I can find my own way from knowing both sides and guiding my life through that. Because now I have the dichotomy of both experiences to be able to make the choice that's probably right for me.
Right.
And that allows me to actually make a choice rather than being complacent.
Right. I love it. So for me, it would be, I kind of have 2 things, but I think the second one would probably be more of a quote. But my main thing right now is, and this right here is, I guess, maybe a semi-plot twist from everything we just said today. Accepting everything that I was set up to fail for, and understanding that even though I have failed or whatever, it's all making me to the person that God wants me to be in the future, or making me to be in this time in life and wherever I'm at. So it's like, even though I was set up for failure, my parents didn't know they were setting me up for failure, because they was just teaching me the best that they knew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, even though whatever the hell the case may be, my environment's probably set me up for failure, but I know that I'm not a product of my environment. I know that I'm better in my environment. I can get out of my environment. I know I don't have to stick there. So I think kind of like how what Shae was saying, getting better every single day and understanding that even though this stuff happened, I can grow from it. I can get better. I can still continue to get better, and a lot of lessons to continue to learn.
Right.
So yeah. And then I know you got a quote, I can tell, but I'm gonna share mine real quick. So, because I guess I had 2 parts.
Well, then y'all should have told me so I could have brought a quote too.
Well, mine's not even a quote. It's kind of been something that's been on my mind recently. So I was listening to this one dude talk, and he was talking about perfection, and it was an anime. It was some anime cutscene. Reel, whatever the hell you call them nowadays, stories, shorts, whatever. He was like, it's a big ass boss, he bad, and he's sitting here, perfection? What is perfection? I never strive to be perfect, because if I'm perfect, I have nothing to get to. There's nothing else to grow to. I'm already at the top. So I'm striving to get better, yes. Perfect, I'll never be perfect, because I can always get better. I can always grow. I can always do something next level. So that's where I've been, to the point of yeah, you know, I've been set up for failure, and nobody in this motherfucker perfect. Like, nobody in this world perfect. So just do the best I can to get to the next level. And I know I'll never be perfect, but I can always get better.
That's why I try not to put labels on myself, because it puts like boxes and limiters.
Right.
And there's no limit to life.
No limit.
Yeah.
There's no limit. Don't stop limiting yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
The
I
only
love
thing
that.
is death.
That's the only promise.
Yeah, that's the only promise.
It's the only thing promised in life.
What you got, bro?
So, you know, a lot of how the world kind of makes me feel as they kind of views as like I'm getting set up for failure. It seems like the best way to not be set up for failure is to stop doing good and stop being a good person, because that's what it seems people are being valued for now these days. And I have a scripture that is like, and let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up.
Exactly. And that's something I always live with too. Like, even though people want you to be mean and want you to be bad or want you to play this role, I don't have to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can always come to somebody with a good heart and good intentions. You
Because
know?
if not, I feel like I'm forfeiting my fulfillment in
Exactly.
this world.
I feel like I'm giving up, like I'm turning to the dark side.
Yeah.
So I love it. You got something for us, Shae? Like you was searching up something?
No, y'all didn't tell me to come with a quote.
Man, you've been on this. So you've been on the show 4 times?
Y'all better tell me next time to come with a quote.
Man, she been on the show 4 times. She should know the routine
You
by now.
always end with a quote, not you and Donovan. Y'all done switched it up on me.
I mean, we ain't whoever got a quote, whoever wanted. Whoever got it.
I mean,
you ain't got no quote in life.
The fact is,
You ain't got no Beyonce verse.
I
can
gave
recite
you
right
my
now?
quote. Comparison is the thief of joy.
There
I
we
gave
go.
you that already.
there you go. You already paid for one.
There we go. We done.
I feel like I need something a lot more deeper, like what Adrian had. I'm looking like, dang.
Man, don't try to compare yourself to me. Do you not just say comparison is the like? Did we not just say that? You just said that, and you already doing it.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah. Set yourself up for failure.
Thank you. I just said myself, I walked into that one.
So we're gonna leave that with your quote. Comparison is the thief of joy. Stop comparing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself. Understand that everything that happened in your life happened for a reason, and just be happy that you're here still, and this is not your final path. This too shall pass. You know what I'm saying? You're promised happiness by the end of your life, so just keep chasing that and you'll find it. I promise you. But with that being said, Shae, thank you so much for joining us again for another great episode. Dropping some great knowledge. Yes, we gotta get you on the live show soon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get you on the couch. I don't know if you're ready for that though.
I think I am.
Okay.
I am.
All right.
I think y'all should do like a whole panel kind of thing on your live thing.
I have that working already. I'm not
Okay.
gonna get that away though. I'm gonna hold out.
I'm gonna be quiet.
But yeah, Shae, thank you so much. I appreciate you for joining us again, taking some time out your day. Hope your Steelers win tonight. We'll see what happens. By Monday, we know the answer. By the time y'all hear this, y'all know the answer already. Y'all know if you cried or not at the end of the show. Bros, Mr. 1-3, I appreciate you. Oh, I'm sorry, Donovan Jackson, DJ. Thank you so much for joining us again for another great episode.
Yes, sir. Thank you again for everything. Shit.
Oh yeah, no, I appreciate it, bro. It's always good to have some fun, man.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, grow our minds, get some good conversation going. Like this is something that people don't have nowadays, so
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it for sure. Everybody out there listening today, thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. You already know, go to Audible, get your free subscription for 30 days, get you a free good book. My book suggestion for this week will be The Power of the Subconscious Mind. A book I just started is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and it's already off to a good start, so I suggest that one too. Also, be on the lookout for our next live show sometime in November. We will be posting flyers and everything for that, so be aware of that. And we'll also be posting a live stream on YouTube in the next few days after we get some technical difficulties handled. But with that being said, hope you guys had a wonderful day, a marvelous afternoon, a splendid evening, and remember to just keep swimming. Shae.
Just keep swimming.
Mom, she just looked at the mic and smiled like, we know you're going to say it. You know you got to say it. Like, that's mandatory.